It's a real treat to be here tonight. It's a historic night for an iconic sport. And look, I remember as a boy that grew up in Guildford going down to the Speedway, and nothing quite like a night at Sydney Speedway. It's a big evening this evening, and the reason why I say historic is because we've got one of the iconic bands in Australian history singing the new jingle, Dragon. Everyone loves a bit of Dragon. I hope you bought your dancing shoes, because the girls here will be doing some dancing to some great Dragon hits, plus the catchy new jingle. And that's coming up a little bit later on. I would like to welcome officially a few of our dignitaries that are here tonight. And Michael Bate, the General Manager of Tyre Power Marketing, New South Wales. Round of applause for Michael. Thank you very much. A great sponsor of the Speedway. Mr Kevin Green, MP, Minister for Gaming and Racing, Minister for Sport and Recreation, and the Minister for Major Events. Thank you very much, Minister. Appreciate you having... Graham Coulton, also here from the State Department. A great man. Round of applause for Graham. Thanks for coming along. And Max Dumsney, Mitchell Dumsney and Mark Brown, we're going to talk to some of the sport's great names a little later. So round of applause for a few of the stars of Speedway.
Just as there's changes within our organisation, there's also been a significant change in direction at the Speedway, with a move to the new name of Tyre Power Sydney Speedway. Anyway, it's the sixth season that Tyre Power New South Wales has been the naming rights partner for the Speedway. And 6 years that we believe has been very beneficial for both parties. David and his team have got some new and exciting plans for the upcoming season, which along with the name change promise to attract a lot more or even greater attention from spectators and media alike. As we move into the sixth year of the partnership, it actually gives me great pleasure tonight to announce that the directors of Tyre Power New South Wales have this week decided to renew our partnership with the Speedway as naming rights partner for another 3 years.
Thank you, Michael, and what great news for Speedway to renew that sponsorship for another 3 years. Absolutely wonderful news. And the thing about a sport like this, which is so important to the fabric of this city, is you obviously need corporate sponsors. You also need the government, and that's where Mr Kevin Green MP comes in, the Minister for Gaming, Racing, Minister for Sport and Recreation, the Minister for Major Events, and he's with us tonight. A round of applause. Thank you for the Minister.
I think the new name is something that you will be proud of, and will be great assistance, and we certainly congratulate Tyre Power and thank Michael for and his organisation for coming on board. And I'm just thinking, if you don't actually start till tomorrow, Michael, that probably means that by Monday you could have extended that contract and double the price. So it should be, that sort of commitment is what we love to see. And I'm sure that that Gary Rush and Rod Bowen and Dennis Loudon and Brett Morris, who we sincerely congratulate on their involvement in this, would be very grateful for not only your company's support, but for all the corporate support that is obviously forthcoming for this new season, this new generation of Speedway. And I think it's fantastic. And certainly I know everyone in this room, and hopefully, I was going to say thousands, but maybe tens of thousands of others out in the Sydney community, will also get behind and support this new start for Speedway here in Sydney, because I probably don't have a lot of credibility when it comes to Speedway, but I have been out to Parramatta on a couple of occasions, and in fact the grey hairs indicate that I am old enough to say that I was even out at Liverpool way back in the 80s. In fact, I think in those days Rod Bowen was running compacts, so there you go. My memory's just rough there, but I think I'm pretty close to saying that. So I remember seeing Rod out there in the compacts, but that's going way back. But as I say, it's something that this sport should be proud of, and that is, you know, the commitment and the involvement of so many people in maintaining what has been an outstanding history.
As big as the sport is, as someone like yourself who's travelled to New Zealand, the US, and performed so well, you need to hold your job and work terribly hard to be at the pinnacle of the sport.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, most of the guys have got full-time jobs, and you know, most of the work goes on at home after hours. Like, we could be out there at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and you know, it's definitely a lot of work, but it's a sport that we all love. We've been around a long time, and you know, the professionalism that David and the staff are bringing to for us, especially, you know, is just brilliant. I'm really looking forward to this season.
Your discipline of the sport, and you know, take it the way I say it, they call some of you blokes madmen. It's the most dangerous, or part of the most dangerous element of it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in the car, you don't think like that. I mean, you know, I think if you think you're going to get hurt, well, then you shouldn't do it. So, you know, there's a lot of good first aid out there. And, you know, the cars are pretty safe today. So, you know, it's just an exciting sport to be in.
You started when you were 16, you're 40 years old, you've been doing it 24 years. You say you love it as much as when the day you started?
Oh, definitely. It's just a lot harder today. I mean, the professionalism's it's coming a long way now, and everyone's got good equipment, so you've got to be on your game. And, you know, a lot of the young guys, you know, into fitness and that, I guess a few of us aren't. But, you know, you just keep plodding along and doing your best. But, yeah, it's just definitely an exciting sport.
I suppose I've got to ask the question to start off with. Over the Weet-Bix in the morning, how competitive is it?
We don't eat in the same place.
Oh, okay. What about when you did?
Oh, it's not too bad. We have our moments occasionally after a race meeting, but that doesn't happen very often.
Tell us about one of those moments. You know, we won't tell anyone.
I don't know.
I got reminded by the boys last night in Knoxville. We're just over there racing this winter, and Mitchell actually beat me in this one particular race. We duked it out the whole race, and he beat me, so I just give him a whack up the arse, going to the back straight, and they just said, "That dint, you did that." I said, "Yeah, I did. It wasn't much of a dint, though."
What's it like racing your dad?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you love racing, but then when you see your dad, you kind of know the one car you want to beat.
Do you feel that way, Max?
Not at all. There's a lot of other cars out there.
What about that fatherly spirit? You know, like when a lot of parents go and watch games of football or soccer, they you know, particularly mothers watching their son if they hurt his leg, do you sort of go around him gently?
A little bit. We've had actually a couple of really good races at Parramatta. Like it's at Sydney Speedway. We've had some fantastic races there, and I think I give him a little bit more room than I'd give maybe Gary Rush or other people like that. But we've had some fantastic races, and it's absolutely a pleasure to be able to race my kid. Actually, I really enjoy it.